It's the girl, Lady J, back with the bullshit. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and keep it cute in them comments, baby. Do you hear me? Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It is Lady J back here to give you my commentary, my 2 cents on what's been going on with some of the mainstream female rap girlies. So before I get into my video, I want you to go ahead and hit that thumbs up, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And while you at it, baby, go ahead and follow me on my socials at 7T. That is 7T with 2 A's. So let's go ahead and get into what's been trending the past couple of days. So the first topic that I have to get into, of course, is none other than Onika Tanya. So for one, there is a couple of things I want to get into as it pertains to Nicki Minaj. But the first thing that I have to talk about is that new body leak, bitch. Okay, so a new version of Nicki's verse of Kanye's new body surfaced online in its entirety. Let me know if you heard it. I retweeted it. I'm gonna go ahead and try to post it to my Instagram. Obviously can't play it on YouTube for obvious reasons, but let me know if you heard it down below, what you thought about it. But me, my thoughts and sentiments, baby, oh, that shit was fucking fire. Do you hear me? Okay, that went even harder than her first verse that had got leaked the first time. And me, I'm really just upset with Kanye because, nigga, this is a hit. Why would you not put this out? Like, what they called it when we was in school, cock blocking. Like, bitch, why? Like, why would you not put this out? Like, you just dry hating. But allegedly, no, this song is up for sale. So, and so is the video. So maybe possibly Nicki could buy the song and, and put it out herself, because like I said, the song is fire. I already seen fans getting to work, okay? They make the first leak, her first verse, made Ty Dolla $ign part the hook or chorus in the middle, and then added Nicki's new leak as the second verse, and bitch put it on SoundCloud. And baby, when I tell you that whole go off, okay, it's fire to me. Like, I really just was like really wishing it was a song, because I'm sitting up here listening to it like it's a real song. So, which is why I'm gonna need her to go ahead and put it out so she can get these streams, because I sure am listening to it. I'll go back on Twitter, listen to it. Like, I like that edit, okay? It sounds nice. And what's crazy is when Rap Alert posted this, it got like 10,000 likes in an hour and over 20K in 2. So this leak was making more noise than actual songs that had dropped on Friday. I mean, it was trending. But I wish Nicki would, just buy the song and in the video and put it out, because this has been a fan favorite for a while. Just take Kanye, remove him off completely, because he's a hater. So I think this should be released by popular demand, if you ask me. But let me know what you think about it down below. Now, speaking of Nicki, I just want to say Nicki Minaj popped her fine ass out at the Barbie movie premiere the other night and ate down, okay? What crumbs, baby? Because she ate down. Do you hear me? Okay? I mean, granted, a lot of people were saying, since she is the ultimate Barbie, it would have been nice to see her pop out in a pink wig and whatnot in the Barbie pastel colors, but I low-key feel like that would have been a little bit too predictable. I mean, this look ate and she still looked like a Barbie. I low-key see why fans like it when she does appearances, because it's such a sight to see. Like, you had literal celebrities in there gagging over the sight of Nicki Minaj, that's how you know that's when you that girl, okay? Like, she had, what's her name, Margot Robbie? Is that how you say her name? She had her gagged, okay? So that's how you know you that girl. But I just wanted to, put that out in the atmosphere, my sentiments on that. Now, speaking of Nicki Minaj, though, it is rumors swirling around that she's supposed to be on J. Cole upcoming album. Which, I mean, I wouldn't be mad at all. Let me know if you would be here for it personally. But me, I'm kind of just disappointed that they, already haven't collaborated, since they've been, giants in their industry for a while. I mean, he's been goated for quite some time, and so has Nicki. They're both lyrical guys. So you would have thought they would have already, put one out by now. But, maybe he don't want to get washed by a woman on his own song. I don't know. But, maybe he don't put that. I don't know. I just don't see why he don't kind of just... A lot of these men actually don't put that pride to the side and just say, why not? Like Kanye, which is why he didn't put that new body song out. Like, too much pride because he got washed. But I mean, hey, like, she can't, like, I don't know. I feel like it's a lot of hater shit going on, even though I feel like J. Cole is a GOAT and talented in his own regard. But I love J. Cole. I love Nicki, and I would be here for this collaboration. If it is true, I would like to see it come into fruition. So let me know your thoughts on it down below. But speaking of GOATs, Drake's sneaky ass then came out and revealed that him and Nicki have a song on his upcoming album. Now, he revealed this at one of his shows, and of course, the crowd was here for it. And, I love Drake's music, always have since, I was first heard it as a, teenager. But given the history he has had with Onika over the years, in a personal and public manner, I low-key feel like he did this just a little bit for attention, for some traction. I mean, Nicki been killing shit all year. You did not have to announce that y'all have a collaboration. Like, y'all have had plenty of collaborations in the past. Now, granted, it has been a few years since we had just a Drake and Nicki collab. It's not like we ain't ever or rarely ever got a Drake and Nicki collaboration. We have plenty. So I think this would have been more of a moment had the album just came out, and then upon release, people see that, oh my God, it's a Drake and a Nicki collaboration. Excuse me, because now it's just giving, her fans something to look forward to from this album, if you ask me, just to, help him with making them streams be up to par on the first day, if you ask me, because his last album was ass, if we keep it a crack, okay? Nicki ain't been on a Drake album since when? So if you were to see that, just as a surprise upon his album being released, that would, I feel like, have more of a chokehold. But she is literally the female rapper that has been running shit all year with Ice Spice. I mean, let's not forget, Red Ruby Da Sleeves is the highest solo female rap debut so far this year. And it's 5011 bitches out right now, okay? And they making music. Why ain't none of them been able to top that with a solo song like she did, Cardi included, since her record's supposed to live in the top 10. Oh, my bad. I forget. Cardi ain't dropped a solo song in over 2 years, okay? She on her so-called quote-unquote feature run, which is low-key, really, to me, I need to find what stick and run, if you ask me, okay? Megan in court. Doja, she got a new persona that done turn people the fuck off. Latto's still on the flow. Koi crying over her album sales. So, I mean, what's really going on? So, yeah, I'm here for the collaboration, to say the least. And, I love me some Champagne Poppy, but he most definitely was using this as a moment and as a sign for the Barbs to be ready to stream the album, if you ask me, because, his last few albums, like I said, been asked if we keep it a crack, especially that Certified Lover Boy shit, and it's no shade. But let me know your thoughts on it down below. Now, real quick, before I move on from Nicki, I just want to highlight her impact, and this is going to tie in Sexy Red and what's been going on with Sexy Red too, so it's going to be a 2-in-1. So Sexy Red has been out here doing her thing now. Despite my personal thoughts and sentiments on Sexy Red and her music, her being a talentless ghetto rapper who make music for the strippers, the hoes, the scammers, and sugar babies, she is on an authentic come up. I'm not gonna lie. And her stamp from Nicki Minaj has really catapulted her into a whole nother space, if you ask me. Sexy Red has already saw her first #1 on iTunes. Same day it dropped, thanks to Nicki Minaj when she jumped on Pound Town 2, despite being no video and it being a surprise drop. And then Sexy Red turns around and, of course, gets her EBT invitation. And then what kind of people come out and collaborate with Sexy Red right after Nicki do? Okay? I'm going to tell you who. Niggas. Okay? Niggas that don't seem to be collaborating with the rest of these girls like that. But anyway, after Nicki's stamp and feature, Sexy Red gets DaBaby on her Shake Some remix, which low-key kind of go off when you just vibing, okay, and you on one. But of course, when you in reality, it's low-key kind of trash. But even DaBaby made it a little bit catchy, and it's really seeming to go up on social media and on TikTok. So, people is really liking that song. And kudos to DaBaby, by the way, still being out here working. Shout out to her, by the way, for, choosing to still work with him, despite him being blackballed, and the way it could potentially affect her working relationship with Megan Thee Stallion, okay? So not only does Sexy Red get DaBaby feature, she turns around and gets Travis Scott to bring her out at his show. Now, granted, Travis Scott is still being looked at with, with a sort of a side eye after that Astroworld bullshit. Travis Scott is a big look for Sexy Red, and he's still getting booked and sought out by the people of no color and by the people of color. But when he brought Sexy Red out, he remembered, that he was a nigga, baby. Okay, do you hear me? Like, it looked like he just had a genuine vibe with Sexy, and, it just seemed like he was really just feeling her. And it looked like that's his song right now. Like, her music, it looked like he be turning up to her shit. But I just think it's worth talking about when you have someone like a Nicki Minaj just catapulting so many artists' careers and being a catalyst for other artists to want to work with them. After she collaborated with Ice Spice, here come, T Swizzle wanting her collaboration. Koi got a Nicki feature, then here comes David Guetta, wanting to collaborate. Bia got a Nicki feature, and then turn around, here comes J. Cole wanting to collaborate. So, you know, I just think it's so dope because Bia was in the game for a long time, for like 10 years, and she ain't got no J. Cole collaboration. But here, though, she just get this Nicki collaboration, and out of nowhere, here come Nicki's collaboration, and then a few months later, another GOAT collab like J. Cole. So you can't tell me that Nicki's stamp don't hold no weight. I just think it's dope, you know, and we got to compare this game because, you know, it's a sport. The rap game is a sport, so there will be comparisons, okay? Y'all love to say Cardi B got so much impact and put so many people on, you know, and catapulted so many careers. But if you ask me, after the City Girls got that Cardi feature, then what? Glorilla got that Cardi feature, then what? Has Glow seen a chart since? What kind of collaborations she done got as far as A-listers go since Cardi? What kind of deals has she done got? Normani got a Cardi feature, then what? Where is Normani, by the way? And that's a serious question. K-Flock got a Cardi feature, ended up in jail. Okay, Put It On The Flow is on this third week, free falling, and that only got in the top 15 first week with the help of 4 other fan bases. So, I mean, what's really good, okay? What's tea? Please, somebody tell me, okay? Because something not adding up. I'm just saying. And side note, let me just say this to all the hypocrites, because why I see people got, you know, so much to say about Sexy Red and her vulgarity and being a real hood ghetto ratchet bitch, but it's crickets with Cardi and Sweetie and these fake ghetto persona vibes they want to put on. Like, is the colorism or what? Okay, because this is giving colorism to me. On top of her being connected with Nicki and not aligned with Cardi, that's just going to make the harassment she endures a little bit worse if you ask me. You know, you already got people out here trying to compare her to Young Thug, saying she looked like a man and whatnot, saying she has no business, no space in hip-hop, but didn't say nothing when WAP came out, says nothing when Cardi B say the nasty freako shit she be saying, posting her clappers on Beyonce internet as a married woman, Glorilla giving interviews talking about letting a nigga nut on her food and slobbing on her knob and licking on her clit. City Girls can make the type of music they make, and Carisha can talk about getting pissed on by a bisexual man. So, you know, it's really just the hypocrisy for me. So, you know, y'all let me know how y'all think, how y'all feel about it. But yeah, I just wanted to highlight that because Nicki's, her stamp whole way. But y'all let me know your thoughts about it down below. So the next topic I want to slide into is Cardi B, child. So PointMe2 came out Friday. Let me know your thoughts, your sentiments on the song if you checked it out or if you heard it playing. It is so far currently predicted, to debut in somewhere in the 80s on Billboard. But of course, we will see. It was like in the 50s on Apple Music yesterday. So Cardi claims this song is a grower. But, you know, if this is the song of the summer, why ain't, you know, it going up? Why ain't them numbers numbering, if you ask me? You know, I'm not getting song of the summer vibes from this song. But maybe, you know, she means to the people on the East Coast. I don't know. But like I told you in my last video, this was leaked like 3 or 4 days before it came out. I already heard it and I had reposted it to my Instagram. But I saved my review for the song until after, you know, of course, it officially dropped. And the way I feel about this remix is, for one, I feel like it was a bunch of Megan recycled bars. I mean, she said, one of my bitches like Kehlani, one looked like Normani, me and my nigga about to flip him, we like Tip and Tiny. And then Megan's 2020 freestyle, I think she called it Megan's Monday freestyle. Megan said, I keep shit spicy, Tip and Tiny, yellow bone chick look like Kehlani. Okay, so I think, you know, she might have just put her own spin on that. And if that's not enough for you, Cardi and PointMe2 also said, I'm not a hoe, bitch, I'm on go. I don't care who it is. And then in Captain Hook, Megan literally said, I ain't no hoe, but I do be on go. So, you know, I just feel like she was just getting a little bit of Megan inspo. So, you know, they say one time is a coincidence, 2 times, bitch, it begins to look like a pattern. Now, people claim Cardi was taking shots. But, I mean, if she was, to me, that wasn't really landing like that. I mean, she didn't really say nothing that was gag-worthy. I mean, people think when she says something about hoes in my city, think they doing shit. People think she talking about Ice. I don't know who she talking about, but it don't make sense if she is talking about Ice Spice, because if you ask me, Ice Spice out here outworking Cardi, okay? I also seen some people saying that, you know, when she has said something about too many ops, she don't know who this is. She can't be talking about Nicki, okay? She's been caught several times stalking Nicki Minaj. She's been, you know, them clips that surfaced about her, you know, singing and rapping to Nicki back in, you know, 2013 and shit. Like, okay, so clearly she knows who that is. So that bar didn't make sense. And then the whole recruiting shit line, bitch is scary, they start recruiting shit or something about that. I just feel like, girl, who's really doing the recruiting when you the one been on the feature run the past damn near 2 years? And last I checked, Red Ruby the Sleeves was a solo song that she slaughtered you and a couple of other rap hoes in, and nobody but Latto has really attempted to respond. So once again, she can't be talking about Nicki because the shit don't make sense. On top of that, if you want to swallow a real pill, her whole verse to me sounded like a bunch of viral Twitter tweets that she probably seen on social media. But, then again, she did claim to have written this verse herself, which, she did take to Twitter to make sure she addressed. I guess she now wants to be seen and respected as a rapper and a writer and not the reciter that she has presented herself to be. So Cardi B took to Twitter after someone had tweeted, "I don't care who writes it, Cardi hard as fuck." She responded and said, "I write it, come to a studio session." I gotta know what y'all think about that. Okay, for one, this is crazy coming from the same person who just 2 weeks ago revealed she had the hardest time coming up with words that rhyme with you. You, bitch. Are you serious? And how is that, how is it that hot shit had, all these writing credits, which included Partisan on it, by the way. Tomorrow, too, you had these writing credits, which also included Partisan. Put it on the floor again, you got all of these writing credits, and that shit came out less than a month ago, and now all of a sudden, a few weeks later, it's only you and this girl on this song with no other credited person, which I just find to be fishy as hell, because when the fuck has that ever happened? Also, you talking about a bitch coming to a studio session. I'm just curious, when is you ever gonna take Nicki up on that 2018 offer when she said y'all can go to a studio and hear it be for the first time and have somebody film y'all while y'all write to it? That sounds more like it. I will believe you then. Until then, baby, until you do that, you will never beat them reciter allegations over here. Do you hear me? Okay. But, I just find it's really interesting how she cares about being taken seriously as a writer all of a sudden when, she was so open and braggadocious about not giving a damn about it to begin with. Okay, baby, them tables stay turning. Because she said, what she say about them features that Nicki was doing? What she said? Talking about I'm not the one to be hopping on songs that's been out for months and doing all these remixes. You the one hopping on remixes to songs that's already out. And what is you turning around and doing? Hopping on remixes to songs that's been out and viral for months. It's the double standard for me. But, y'all can let me know how y'all feel about it down below. But before I move on from Cardi B, the rapper Fendi, who she got this song with, also revealed recently in an interview that basically she was sought out by Cardi and her people to be on this song, that she needed to be a part of the song. And because Cardi B has the kind of status she has, of course she gonna let her hop on it. But take a listen to this.
They hit me up and they was like, we love the song. Basically, in other words, we need it. I'm like, me too.
So let me know what you think about it down below. But I told y'all in my last video what I thought this was, and it's given just that. Remember earlier this year, I told y'all one of the guys who works real close with Cardi, and especially in the beginning of her career, and even still till now, Brooklyn Johnny, he was asking on his Instagram for managers of unsigned artists to send him the song they really believed in. And before that, Cardi was on Twitter asking people to send her beats. Now, like I said in my last video, I originally thought she was trying to find a comeback single that would hit, and I thought they was just going to steal it from an unsigned artist. But what it is that it looks like she's doing instead, which I told y'all last time, it's like she's using these songs to get the ball back rolling to gear up for her solo single and her rollout. Let me test the waters type shit. Okay, and just kind of seeing what sticks, what the people want to hear, which is another reason why I don't think Cardi wrote that verse by herself, because it's been over 2 years. You can't drop a solo song to get a fans, but you can give us all of these features. It's not adding up. If you can get in the studio to record someone else's or record someone else's verse, you can record your own goddamn song. So even though it's cool to reach out because you fucking with a song, remember what I said about one time being a coincidence. Well, bitch, just like your third time in less than 8 months. Because what do we find out about the Glorilla situation? Hit Kid, the guy who made FNF, basically said Offset called him up and asked for Cardi to be on it. But for whatever reason, she was put on Tomorrow 2 instead. And then you got Cardi constantly singing and rapping, put it on the flow when it dropped, almost like she was subtly insinuating she wanted to be on the remix. Now this girl Fendi coming out saying you sought her out to be on the song. Add that up with you asking for beats and Brooklyn Johnny wanting managers to send him their best songs from their artists. It looked like to me you don't got an album ready. You don't got work to produce. You don't have no songs to give out. Okay, yet you say you always posted up in the studio. You ain't put out a solo song since 2021. It's been 2 years. You've been catching waves and trying to ride with what you think is hot at the moment, if you ask me, because Cardi doesn't seem to have the same momentum she had even 2 years ago. I mean, granted, if she collaborates with you, maybe your song will get on Billboard for the first time, because potentially this girl Fendi could be debuting in the 80s somewhere on Billboard. Granted, it is low. It would be her first chart entry. So maybe she can get you a chart entry, but what's she going to do for you after that? Okay? So, I mean, she can't even get her own features in the top 10 right now, which is why she ain't released no solo music. The very place she claimed all her records lived just 2 years ago. You have no one but yourself to blame for the numbers. Okay, so Cardi made her whole career based on the numbers. Talk about it. Okay, well, it looks like to me them numbers ain't numbering no more, and somebody's scrambling. So y'all can let me know what you think about it down below. So the next topic I want to get into is Megan Thee Stallion. So I want to know, is Roc Nation hanging it up with Megan? Is she too costly with her image? Or, what's going on? What's happening? Because news broke earlier that Ken the Man has signed to Roc Nation.
Ken the Man, what's going on?
Hey, Jay is the day we've all been waiting for. I just signed.
You signed.
Roc Nation.
So let me know your thoughts, feelings, sentiments down below. Now, granted, Megan is not signed to Roc Nation as an artist on their label. She is signed to Roc Nation for management. And if you know Roc Nation, they like to push one artist a lot for the most part. So if they sign Ken the Man, who is actually from Houston, okay, unlike Megan, my thoughts are they must have some type of investment they're trying to make in her since they signed her. If she is signing with Roc Nation, what sense would it make for them to put more time and more money into Megan when this girl is their new artist, especially when Megan is coming with a lot of risk right now? The way Roc Nation has been working for and with Megan, you would think that she is their artist, but they manage her career, which, really ain't been going too well as of late, if you ask me. So my question is, are they fed up with, what's been going on with Megan the past 3 years, haven't been focused on Megan Thee Stallion, because they ain't been worried about no other artist to push no other female rapper. So I am very interested to see what this could mean for Megan, because I already told y'all, I feel like Megan's music career is taking a hit, and she gonna feel it when she get ready to drop her music. And I think Roc Nation knows that. Like I said last week, a lot of the general public, especially within the scopes of the Black community, don't believe Megan's chain of events, especially in regard to the type of person she is or was, and how she did Kelsey, and how she backdoored Kelsey multiple times. And then a lot of people just don't believe Megan's chain of events of what happened that night. And then Vlad even took a poll on his platform a few days ago where he negatively speaks down on Tory, and the poll was basically asking if they believe Tory really shot Megan now that all the evidence is out. And 47% of people said no, and 18% was unsure, and 35% believe that he did. So what does that tell you? Why is it that if all the information that comes out about Megan is aligned in her favor, that most of the general public, at least in our culture and community, don't really side with her in this instance? So I think Roc Nation knows Megan's music career ain't gonna be the same when she does return. Her main audience is the Black community, and a lot of them are side-eyeing her. Now, needless to say, a lot of niggas not fucking with her music. Granted, they might still lust after her, but the music and streaming and buying is a wrap. So congrats again to Ken the Man, more so for getting signed to a label, not really being Roc Nation, but being signed is something she clearly wanted, and it's on a major label. Like, you just don't get signed to Roc Nation, they just don't be trying to sign any and everybody. But Ken the Man's song, Not My Nigga, has been going up the past couple of months. It does go off. I do find Ken the Man to be pretty talented. She low-key kind of reminds me of Erica Banks, so I can see, and Erica Banks kind of reminds you of Megan Thee Stallion, so I can, it's giving like they're trying to replace Megan. Speaking of Erica Banks, it was recently speculated that Erica Banks has been dropped from her label, child. Y'all let me know if y'all heard that. So, I don't know, but y'all let me know your thoughts about it down below. So, the next topic I want to slide into is Ice Spice. So, Ice Spice recently previewed a new song called Deli. Y'all can go take a listen on my Instagram or my Twitter, but let me know if you checked it out, because, I can't play it over here on the YouTube. Now, I didn't see a couple of mixed reviews on the song. I even see some people saying it sounds, the same as a lot of her other music, which, drill music for the most part tends to have that effect from what I can see and hear from listening to multiple drill songs by different artists, so I feel like that's really just a drill thing. But also, Ice Spice has the deluxe to her EP coming out this summer, so the whole project was drill. So this song would just fall in line with the rest of the song and vibes on the project. Now, personally, I wasn't really feeling the snippet. I ain't even gonna hold you. And I'ma hope the rest of the songs she gonna have on the deluxe don't sound like that. Okay, I don't like that. You know, I like Gangsta Boo. I love Gangsta Boo. Y'all know that. I really like Acting a Smoochie. I like In Her Mood. I love Princess Diana. I like her Bobby World verse. I think that's her best verse today. But I wasn't really feeling this song. Okay, I'm gonna need her to something else. Okay, but I'm still here for the deluxe. Just not that song. But of course, I will take, a listen when it comes out in full. Maybe I will have a different mind. I don't know, a different change of heart. I don't know. But I wasn't feeling that from the little seconds. Now, I will say I have a feeling Ice Spice's debut album will be coming either at the end of this year or the beginning of next year. All I'm going to say is I just hope she kind of steps back a bit from the drill and kind of experiments with the new sound, because the drill, it can become a little bit redundant. And I have heard edits of Ice Spice rapping over R&B samples, and I think she sounds good doing that. And I think she could do really well with that. But, Riot, maybe he's, more into the drill. That's her main producer she likes to use, but I'm gonna need him to switch it up. Okay, now speaking of Ice, she recently did a sit down with The Guardian and gave a good interview per usual. She always know how to give a good interview and articulate herself. But one thing I gotta highlight before I get into what she said is something Ice Spice had to say earlier this week in a surfaced interview about Nicki Minaj. So take a listen.
With Nicki, first and foremost, what was that like?
It's so crazy working with Nicki because she's, the queen, of course, and real particular about everything. And so, but she's so hardworking, and, I knew that already, but meeting her in person just, completely reminded me of that. Our video shoots would be, 10 plus hours. And, so.
Did you draw, I guess, inspiration, words of wisdom from just, like you said, Nicki is the queen?
Yeah.
Did you get that?
Yes, being around her, showed me that she really gotta, hold your ground. You really gotta say no when it's time to say no. Especially seeing how she just controlled a room and, people really listen to her.
So let me know what you think about that. But, I thought that was dope. I thought that was so cute how she talked about their little relationship dynamic, especially since that was followed up with the interview she did with The Guardian, where they asked about Nicki Minaj and that relationship. And of course, her response was, she said, she be telling me to learn from her mistakes. Just watching her in general, if you pay close enough attention, you're going to see what you should do. She says, I love to talk about her thing. I love to talk to her about things that I can't talk about publicly. It just means so much to be able to have somebody like her. Which I thought was so cute and super dope. For some weird reason, though, it was miserable people who wanted Ice and Nicki to have a beef and fall out, especially when, Cardi B was trying to jump on Munch Remix, and people really wanted them to fall out after Princess Diana. But, from the looks of it, Nicki Minaj seems to really like Ice Spice. I mean, yeah, she had Bia in her home. She had JT on the Super Freaky Girl Queens mix with the other girls. Ice Spice gets 2 collaborations, though, with music videos for both songs. The only other ones who came close maybe was Megan and Koi and Doja. But, Koi and Megan messed it up for themselves. Megan turned fake, and Koi got in her feelings because Nicki had a song come out shortly after that collaboration. As if Do We Have a Problem and Bust It weren't also back-to-back drops. So, Megan and Koi, I feel like they had a chance, but they fumbled the bag. And I really think Nicki was close to co-signing Koi, stamping Koi the way she is with Ice Spice, but Koi messed that up. I just think Nicki Minaj feels some sort of genuine energy from Ice Spice that she hasn't felt from none of the other girls. And she obviously likes the girl. They seem to have a really good chemistry and a rapport. And the love just didn't seem to stop after a collaboration shout out. So I just think that Nicki has been trying to find that one for a while to really stamp. And despite Doja being talented and who she is, the bitch is a little bit too weird, and she do be low-key using the barbs, okay? She don't be showing no public love to Nicki like that till it's time to sell a record. And I think Nicki peeped that, which is why, she's not been really all too, publicly in showing Doja so much public display of affection, okay? Because I don't really think that she feels like she gets it in return. So Anyway, I think Ice Spice is the one Nicki's been looking for. She may not be the best to you in terms of, you know, her rapping ability, but in terms of authenticity and her ability to write her own raps, stay true to herself, and being smart on the business side of things, I think Ice Spice is more of Nicki's speed and just what she was looking for. So I just thought that was a cute moment in that interview. Let me know what you thought about it. Now, something else Ice also mentioned or shut down from being mentioned was the whole Nicki versus Cardi B thing. So in the interview, it said, ask what Ice thinks about Stan Twitter's obsession with Nicki and Cardi's feud, and the assumption that collaborating with one of them is indicative of taking a stance. But a gravelly voice from the other side of the room cuts me off. We're not talking about that. And, you know, when I read that, I thought to myself, you know, she's so smart. You know, she had her team ready and waiting on standby to keep shit in line. And that's what a lot of these girls need but don't have. And had they have had it, probably wouldn't have found themselves in these stupid situations and getting dragged as a result. But in all reality, you would think this would be common sense. But because so many of these rap girls get up in these interviews and because they want a viral moment, they try to be shady and find themselves choosing instead of, you know, just keeping it cool and playing it neutral, even if they don't fuck with neither one of them for real. It's about optics. And these girls be so quick to try to shade one another, but they literally be trying to pick and choose sides in interviews. You know, it's one thing to feel however you feel about a bitch and move accordingly, but it's another to sit up there and publicly divulge what is easily classified as politics. And I love the way she played it. I love the way they played it, because even though people feel like Cardi shaded Ice a couple of weeks ago at Summer Jam, Ice still hasn't really said anything about it and is still keeping it cute. She's still liking Cardi B pictures and just playing it cute, even though we really don't know how Ice feel about Cardi B for real. She might not even can't stand that hoe, but we don't know that because she's not trying to make this beef with Cardi. She trying to take Cardi's spot. Why beef with you? I want your spot, girl. Okay? She can beef with Latto because she's light years ahead of Latto already. Latto never had a chance. But, you know, Ice is smart. I don't know why these girls, you know, get up in these interviews thinking they can diss Nicki to praise Cardi like the City Girls did. Shit never pans out well like that, and they always end up turning around and begging to be forgiven or, in their case, unblocked. So, I mean, child, y'all can let me know your thoughts about it down below. Now, before I move on from Ice Spice, Ice took to the internet and tweeted this: I hate a bitch with no identity. And when someone told her they stealing yours, she responded and said, can't. Now, Ice Spice tweeted this after another Twitter user had tweeted something similar. And this person was talking about Latto, and they was comparing Latto and Ice Spice's outfits. And, you know, Ice Spice did follow this person, and a short while later, she, you know, had tweeted this, you know, I hate a bitch with no identity. And so a lot of people felt like she was talking about Latto, obviously, because the Twitter user she followed after they tweeted what they tweeted was talking about Latto. So yeah, well, the show that Latto performed at recently, she was wearing an outfit very similar to the one Ice Spice wore a few days ago at her performance, and it was very identical, to say the least, to the color scheme and everything. And so a lot of people called it out and mentioned how Latto was biting Ice Spice. Again, because this will not be the first time Latto has been accused of copying Ice Spice. Matter of fact, this ain't the first time Latto been accused of copying folks, period. Shout out to Got the Scoop, because she made a whole Twitter thread of all the times Latto has been accused of copying with the receipts to verify, child. And it's just a goddamn shame how many times she didn't copy so many different women. Now, when Latto did the Boom Part 2 song, fans thought Latto was looking very similar to how Ice Spice looked in her She and Her Move video, you know, with the big puffy jacket, that certain style jeans, the purse, the hair, the emotes, and the chain, just everything. Now, call me crazy, but I too think Latte has been copying. I'm not even going to say inspired. I'm going to tell you why I say copy. For one, when you take inspiration, you still make it your own with a twist in some type of way. Latto was straight up jacking this girl, bar for bar, bitch, just like she did in the It's Giving when she copied Nicki's My Chick Bad bar word for word. It's giving that again, okay? Granted, Ice Spice may not have the best fashion sense to you. She does have her own unique fashion, okay? She got this early 2000s grunge thing kind of aesthetic going on, and that's been her look along with the, you know, orange hair. Latto has not been doing this look. Scroll through Latto's Instagram, as a matter of fact. Before she started doing Ice Spice's look, she was doing the whole bodysuits thing, okay? She was wearing the bodysuits and performing in the bodysuits. Now, all of a sudden, as of 2023, here she is doing the grunge top and skirt with the purse and the knee-high grunge-looking boots. Like, Latto was not doing this prior to this year. She was not, Okay, not until this girl blew up, which I honestly feel like because she is straight up copying, I think Latte may be doing this on purpose just to get under Ice Spice's skin. Then again, like I said, this wouldn't be the first time she is accused of copying, because what we're not going to do is act like Latto didn't come in and take Rennie Rucci's whole look and style. That's what we're not going to do. Okay. Earlier this year, people called her out for copying Doechie's speech at Billboard Women in Music Awards, and she was called out by that rapper Big Endo for taking her whole look and concept for the song It's Given, and the beat too. And then she copied multiple Nicki Minaj bars. She done copied Cardi's Up cover for one of her 7/7 album cover shoots. Like, she's always copying some goddamn body. Like, she's allergic to originality. It's giving lazy. Now, Latto did seemingly respond to Ice Spice's tweets in a couple of Instagram stories, so take a look.
Latto, put it on the floor. It's going crazy right now. Tell us about the making of that.
I was mad and I told the bitch to put it on the motherfucking floor. Let me know, bitch.
So how are you going to follow up? What's next?
So let me know what you think about it below. My thing is, you keep saying you put it on the floor, but bitch, that was the weakest diss song, because you ain't said shit yet. Especially when you had people regarding this more so to be a Nicki diss song than an Ice diss song, because either way, where was the diss to Ice? Her fish smelling like coochie? We don't know that, okay? And we haven't heard nobody say that. So then again, nothing she really be saying makes sense. She don't know what she be saying. Like when she compared Coil to a blunt, why compare Skinny Bitch to a blunt, okay? And also, how come she had to use a Cardi song to respond to Ice Spice? Why you ain't use the line from Put It on the Floor, since that's supposed to be a so-called diss at Ice Spice? Because I still want to know what the diss was. You wanted to use Cardi to spite Nicki at the same time. On top of that, you trying to check Ice because Ice Spice is more so in line and affiliated with Nicki Minaj. On top of it being highlighted that same day, just hours before that, Ice Spice called Nicki her mentor. Something Latte wanted and did not get, so she is using Cardi to spite Nicki. Instead, Cardi ain't finna give out no goddamn mentorship. Okay, Cardi is too busy trying to keep up and worry about what she got going on, because she don't got nothing like that going on. Cardi need help just as much as Latto do, so that's not gonna work. So, Cardi said bitches gotta team up, whatever. But to me, it's looking like you teaming up too. You and Latte and Glory Hallelujah and Carisha, because, and what's his name? Saucy Santana. Because, they the ones been shady the past couple of weeks and the past couple of months. Okay. And if you know, because we've been talking about it. But, y'all can let me know your thoughts about it down below. So speaking of a Frappuccino, the last topic I want to slide into is Latte. So other than Latto being called out for being unoriginal, Latto took to her Instagram stories to let it be known she has been without a manager for a year. Now, I would say her offering up that piece of information is random, but it's not, because a couple of hours before this, it was reported by multiple outlets that Latto's manager, Cortez Bryant, praised Nicki Minaj, and this is what he has said.
Nicki Minaj, man, lyricist, understood her brand. I think when Wayne and I wanted to sign her to Young Money, this is before we managed her. I tell you about this, how you separate yourself apart. So it was at a time when there wasn't really any real female rappers representing the game. Like Eve and Kim was acting, and Foxy, I think, had lost her voice during the time. So Nicki had a wide open lane. So we saw there as opportunity for the Young Money side of things, for the Young Money business side of things, to sign her. But the first thing we saw, I can never forget, shout out Fendi, he had these come up DVDs up in the city. Y'all from New York?
Yeah, we know the come up DVD.
I remember watching that documentary. They said we purposely put her
name. He did that. It was Wayne. Wayne was on the cover. And he purposely put Nicki right
behind the research.
So like we watched that, she was spitting like she does and like she's done, go hard and hard with guys. So her pen was something that we saw that as being great. You know what I'm saying? Outside of all the other things and building her brand with the barbs and everything else she's done, she's definitely gonna go down in history as one of the greatest to ever do it.
Period.
But what stuck out early on for us signing her on the Young Money side was, it was a wide open lane. But then we saw that she was spitting just as hard as any male rapper that was out there. So she's gonna go down as one of the best rappers, period, male or female, and hands down.
Now, I thought it was very interesting that, after this comes out hours later, here come Latto basically taking on her Instagram stories to claim that she don't have no manager and hasn't for over a year. So take a listen to what Latto has said.
Hey, bitch, my ass smell like fucking tennis balls and camel pussy, bitch. But I've been on a European tour, you know what I'm saying? Bitch from the South, overseas. Yeah, and a bitch ain't even had a manager in over a fucking year. I'm making it do what it do, bitch. By my lonely.
Fuck do you mean European world tour or European tour, bitch? Okay, you done a couple of festivals over there in Europe with a host of other artists and acts that's also booked to be a part of the lineup. You are not on your own European tour. You is not on tour at all. Like, these girls is delusional. This is what I be talking about. You not even headlining the festivals and shows you're doing. So what are you talking about, Latto? Okay, she get that shit from Cardi and her fans. They got her thinking she, you doing a couple of shows and festivals that classifies it as being a tour. Baby, no, that's not a tour. But honestly, besides all of that, this shit not adding up. Because how you claim you ain't had a manager in over a year when numerous sites have referred to him as your manager, including TMZ. Okay, back in February of this year when that whole panty fiasco went down and she put her dirty panties on eBay, TMZ caught up with her manager, Cortez Bryant, and he, made a comment, and TMZ referred to him as Latto's manager, okay? And he talked about, the craziness and about the debacle and everything. So what you mean you ain't had a manager in a year? Okay, was you saying that because you didn't like what your manager said? Are you saying that because Nicki has been saying that she hasn't been having a manager and she's been as successful as she has been the past year or two? Okay, did you say that because you felt like he ain't been doing his job this past year? I mean, what's going on? Because he most definitely was your manager a few months ago. Either you ain't like what he had to say about Nicki, or you don't like how he been managing you, or you trying to get on the same level with Nicki because she made the same comment about not having a manager. I don't know. But if that was the case, if you wasn't really happy with him managing you, wouldn't you have been letting him go? Because why was it being reported that he was your manager just back in February? And how is it that, you don't mention anything or disclose anything about not having management for over a year until the person who has been known as your manager comes out and uplifts and speak positively of Nicki Minaj? How ironic is that? I want to know what's tea for real. But, I found that to be very odd. So, y'all can let me know your thoughts about it down below. So speaking of all this Ice Spice and Latto mess, Asian Doll got involved in it some way, somehow. So I already broke down a whole Latto versus Ice Spice spiel, shade, whatever. Fast forward a couple of hours, here come Asian Doll ass. So a Twitter user added their 2 cents to the whole Latto copying Ice Spice conversation. And they said, y'all was going back and forth about a skirt last night, whole time. This the real trendsetter. And this girl over here on the left that they're referring to is Aaliyah Core. Now, Aaliyah Core, from what my understanding is, doing a little Google research on her, she is basically an influencer, a content creator who is known for her unique aesthetic style, this grunge Harajuku look. Okay, she likes to do this alternative look with the fishnet leggings. Basically, like I said, the grunge, the Harajuku look, much like how Nicki first, did during her Roman era, and kind of what Ice Spice does now, except for toned down a bit, okay? This girl, Aaliyah Core, takes it there. A lot of times with the makeup and the rhinestones on her face and all that. So anyway, this user was saying neither Ice nor Latto should be mad because this girl did it first. Well, Asian saw it, didn't like it because, another user had responded to that person and said, go sit in the corner, please. And they attached several looks of Asian Doll back from like 2016, 2017 when she was dressing just like that. And I mean, gotta swallow a real pill. Asian Doll was dressing like, that black punk girl look before even Rico Nasty was even doing it. Because I distinctly remember when I was first introduced to Asian Doll, she looked just like that. And that was her like style. That's what she was known for. That was her aesthetic. The skirts with the rock star boots and the rhinestones on her face and the pigtails and all of that. Okay, that was Asian's look. So Asian retweeted that, and she also retweeted this. I'm not standing for the Asian Doll erasure from female rap. I don't care. It should have been her up on the big stages. So wait, what you trying to say? Neither Latte nor Ice should have been up there? They both needed to be replaced for Asian Doll is what you're saying? I'm not understanding. But anyways, Asian Doll went on to go retweet this tweet. It said Asian started the school girl rock star alternative look for the girls in rap. I don't care. The big boots, mini skirts, colorful hair, face, jewels, everything. She was doing it. Y'all clowned her, even some of her peers, just for some of her peers to now dress like that so they can impress their gay BFs. Now, my thing is, that's all fine and all. Asian Doll was looking and dressing like this in the early stages of her career. Let's swallow a real pill. However, who did Asian Doll get the idea from? Who was making fun of, who was made fun of first for doing that same Harajuku Barbie aesthetic in 2010, 2011? Was it not on Nika? Are we going to forget Nicki's Roman era? So, I mean, you got it from Nicki. Someone else got it from you, and the cycle continues. Granted, Asian did go a step further with it and even, added the rhinestones to her face and all that shit. But the Harajuku Barbie aesthetic with the grungy shit, all of that gaudy shit, that was Nicki. That was a Nicki thing as far as who set the tone first for the girls in rap with that look. So Asian Doll then retweeted this. Diamonds on the face, I started that. Crazy eye makeup, I started that. Skirts and platforms was my signature look, literally, so stop. She started that. I was the first black female endorsed by Dolls Kill. I started the Dolls Kill way for all the black girls, and that's facts. She wanna be starting something. She got to be starting something. Girl, if you don't. But I mean, nah. I mean, Asian Doll can feel however she wanna feel. Okay? She was doing this look a few years ago in the beginning stages of her career. Granted, that was true. But I mean, Asian, that was 7-8 years ago. How are you dressing now is the question, because you're not doing that no more. That hasn't been your look in a while. So who was this tweet really aimed for? You feel like both Ice and Latto was copying you or what? I'm trying to understand real quick. So, I mean, y'all can let me know what you think about it. But I feel like, even though Asian might not have an outright problem with neither Latto or Ice, I do think she just kind of feels some type of way, because regardless of how you feel about Ice or Latto, Asian don't got the same type of attention either one of them got or gets. And Asian been doing this shit for years. And it may be frustrating to Asian. I don't know. I just think she's not really pleased with the progression of her career and the current status of it, especially when you have to acknowledge that she has been out a minute, like years, like 7-8 years. And it's very likely that she could have been the inspiration for a couple of girls, but I don't think Ice Spice is jacking Asian. I think Latto is definitely jacking Ice Spice, and I think that this influencer girl, Aaliyah Core, maybe she very well have been inspired by Asian Doll's earlier choice of fashion, because the old girl only 19 or 20, so it's possible. Or maybe she was inspired by Nicki or Gaga, because Asian wasn't the first to do it at the end of the day and take it mainstream. But I think it's 2023, and Asian just feels some type of way about seeing what's working now for others when she been done already did it and hadn't seen the same success. So you can let me know what you think about it down below. So those are a few of the topics that were trending with the Rap Girlies this week. Y'all can let me know your thoughts, feelings, and sentiments down below, but don't forget to keep it cute in them comments, baby. Do you hear me? Okay. Also, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and go to my socials. Follow me on my handles at Southern T. That is Southern T with 2 A's. I will catch y'all in the next video.